So we had to take out the tables in front of the guests. If you realize, it's only the front one. Unlike the congressmen, when everybody had table and the souvenirs and football and everything in front of them, the invited guests couldn't have that because there was not enough space to accommodate that. So we've been discussing, and jokingly we said that, okay, the regional FA chairman should be bidding for Congress to be happening in their region.
Let's go to days before the Congress. Now, over the weekend.
But in football, I think it's unfair to the people doing football. No men in football. So I think is he man enough than the people
that is figuratively
at the Congress speaking. Or is he man enough than you? Now God FC representative. How is JFA man enough than you? How is he man enough than the people seated there? There are no men at Congress. I mean, how can you say that? In Ghana, I think we normally have this problem that as long as I think this way, everybody must think along that line.
We share
Look at his opinion.
Views.
Saying that majority of Ghanaians, on no basis, all research, I say majority of Ghanaians, that thing was put to test at the Congress for. Before that, we will say majority of football people. People even said that during the vote on the amendment, clubs will walk out. Name one club that walked out. You understand? No. So you assume that everybody must think along your line. You are at liberty to disagree. You are able to have different opinions. But don't think that people must think along your line. And as long as I do not think along your line, I'm not man enough.
Something wrong. Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that people are afraid to come out and challenge the status quo.
Once again, you are disrespecting the people.
Nobody is disrespecting the people.
What are you afraid of?
We know people have been cajoled. People
who cajoled who?
Come on.
Mention one name.
This.
See, when you do this,
this is not the first time.
We think that.
Do you know why people are speaking this way? Do you know why people are speaking this way? Because it is not the first. It is not the first time.
Which people?
A lot of people are speaking in the media.
We are 3 years.
Because it is the same football people who will come back to you and say that, see, this when you go and say it, you'll be victimized.
Tell me one football person who approached you.
Relegation. No, of course, you don't expect me.
Tell me one football person who approached you.
But we know it happens. We know it happens.
Listen,
we know it happens.
Football, as you bear witness to, football, there are two things, two main investment. Either you are investing your money or you are investing your time in football. I think that it's about time we should have respect for people investing either their money or their time in football. For us to think that as long as you think that something is wrong, they must go there and toe your line. And as long as they do not agree with you, they think that they are not men enough.
No. If there is no transparency, everybody can see there's no transparency.
What do you call transparency?
Okay. If there's no transparency, everybody can see there's no transparency. If the whole system lacks, integrity, everybody can see.
Once again, another disrespect to the people there.
What about the system?
Yes.
Portrays the lack of integrity.
The whole system portrays a lack of integrity.
What exactly about the system?
Look at the way the Congress was organized. Do you understand? With people, no dissenting voice. Absolutely no dissenting voice.
That's wrong.
And nobody given the opportunity to speak on the Congress grounds.
That is also, you do not understand it.
Why would you put in place a system that prevents people from speaking? Because we know the history in this country. It is at Congress grounds that people have made in the past. That is where people have stood up and spoken against systems and spoken. It is all, a camouflage, a way, of gagging people. That's why they say, so if you have anything to say, put it in writing, send it to us ahead of time. And so if you send it ahead of time, what will happen before the Congress grounds?
Can I come in? First of all, it is false and true for him to suggest that there were no dissenting views at Congress. It is not true. I think about 3 things were voted on. A couple of them, or 3 or 4 things were voted on, had everybody voting for with no against. But there were 2 issues. One, we had a rep from the referees dissenting. Okay? And even the proposal for amendment, we had dissenting views and people even abstaining. So where is that lack of integrity you're talking about?
I mean, when I talk about dissenting, I'm not talking about people voting or not voting. I'm talking about people not giving the opportunity to speak against the motion or make their points. Okay. Speak on the Congress grounds.
When I'm speaking,
people were not giving.
I'll keep quiet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
When I'm speaking, I expect him to keep quiet for me to flow. You see, that is also something you do not understand. The provision for the Congress organization is that the convocation document for Congress will be sent to you ahead of time. And there are provisions in the statute and the standing orders of Congress that stipulate so. And if you have objection to any of the things, we are not saying that only the writing would end it. You say it that this one, I would have something to say about it. So when the time comes, it will not even be you, but the General Secretary will prompt you that you wrote this, and so get up and present your opinion.
Okay.
And what is wrong with it? To govern an organization with rules and regulation.
Okay.
To try and have sanity. In the past, we could go to Congress. 2 people can hijack the Congress from morning till evening. 2 people hijack Congress. Argument in and out. Is that why I want to run football?
If 2 people hijack the Congress and it is for the good of the game, is there anything wrong with it?
No, but this is also for the good of the game. Present your opinion. Is the reason why the document in the previous you would not receive the document even on that time. There were days you go to the GFA, go and pick them physically.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you're not able to go to the FA, it means you come to Congress grounds and we face the document. So you do not have prior knowledge of what going to be discussed. This one is sent to everybody ahead of time.
And Jerry, please allow us.
And then you register.
I want us to deal with the issues
register
one after
that
the other.
you would, make this submission on XYZ subject.
Okay.
When the time, when it gets to time, they will allow you to make your submission.
Okay. Did the FA, was the FA served any injunction preventing the FA from discussing agenda number 13, which had to do with the amendment at the 31st ordinary session of Congress?
So it's a practice. It's a convention that a day before Congress, the Executive Council will meet and discuss, for instance, if somebody has sent any proposal to speak, somebody has sent counter proposals in terms of the convocation document, then we'll discuss and see how to, go about things. And all these things we met, and there was no any injunction served anybody. Nobody had any idea of any injunction. That's how the Congress, took place.
I spoke to one lawyer, Nyako Champon, who is serving as a member of King Faisal's legal team in the case involving King Faisal and the Football Association over the proposed amendment. And he said that the FA was evading service.
What do you mean by evading service?
That that there's a court injunction.
How am I supposed to know when nobody has approached me?
But the news was in the media.
From who? Injunction from who?
From an Accra High Court.
No, but which member?
King Faisal.
King Faisal.
Yes.
And so what was the basis? That the Congress shouldn't happen?
No, that the Congress should happen. But they cited lack of transparency in the
but King Faisal was present at Congress and voted on it. So, something that you think must not come on. You voted on it. So if that even tells you that there was no any injunction. So that in King Faisal was present and they voted on it. So something that you disagree.
That could be contempt.
You understand? King Faisal was present and they voted on the subject matter. So as long as we are aware, there were no any injunction.
Yeah, Mike, actually, let me find this. So who was because according to Article 34 of your
the
statutes, somebody has to propose.
Don't worry, we are coming there.
Okay. So it's not the who's.
No, because these are some of the questions we spoke about here.
That's what I'm saying.
These are things
allow us.
I'm surprised Kobe Jones is not here today because he made that point vehemently.
You can be sure that we'll ask all the questions on the street.
Okay, we'll ask
the questions. Okay. So now, actually, people had that, and King Faisal cited that in their suit for injunction.
Once again, there's no any suit for consideration because as far as we are aware, there was no any suit.
Okay.
King Faisal,
I'm coming.
King Faisal as a member of the federation, duly discharged their duties, present at Congress, voted on all the...
I have seen the rate of summons. You may have not seen.
You are saying it's from King Faisal.
Yes, and I'm saying that...
And I'm saying that King Faisal were present at Congress.
Yes, and I'm saying that I have seen... Let me put the injunction aside. I have listened to Awar Mohammed in an interview where he cites lack of transparency in the amendment procedure. As stated in Article 34 of the GFA statute, a member must propose the amendment you need 1/3, which is about 41.5. So say 41 or 42 of the FA's membership also to consent to the proposal in writing to the General Secretary. Now, the people and the FA General Secretary has also said that they made certain proposals to FIFA. FIFA wrote back to them. I mean, there were correspondences. And they feel that this should have accompanied the convocation of Congress.
Okay, so that is the opinion. They feel that the document should have been sent alongside it. Yeah. So if you are a member and you're asking these questions, the right thing to do is to write. You write to the Federation that I've seen a subject matter for consideration or a vote on at Congress, but I do not have enough details. So I want to know XYZ, i.e. the club proposing or the member proposing and the member seconding. It's the FA will be obliged to supply with those documents.
Okay.
You understand? We must now shift from the way we were doing things and embrace the new way of doing things. All of us have been part of, first of all, adopting this new statute and its accompanying regulations and the standing orders. And we must seem to be, following it.
Okay.
So I asked a day before Congress, asked the General Secretary whether the Secretariat has received.
But again, the same King Faisal official said that they wrote to the FA. They attempted to send an email. That email didn't go through. They sent a manual letter to the FA. New Edubiase have also made that allegation that they wrote to the FA. There were no responses.
New Edubiase was the reason why I even asked that question at the ESCO meeting the day before Congress. Because I saw publication that they said they were going to write. They said they've written. My friend Abdul Salam Yakubu said he was going to write to the FA. You understand? So the night before Congress at the ESCO meeting, asked the GS whether he's received any proposal or differing opinion or suggestion from any of the members for consideration prior to the Congress. And he said no, they hadn't received anything. Now this claim back, in fact, they were sending email, it wasn't going through. The info at GFA, it is a generic email to receive information from CAF, FIFA, and everybody. How come that one person was sending email and was getting rejected? I want to see, I asked my friend, I want to see a screenshot of the email being bouncing or, the system rejecting the email. And how many times did he attempt? And it's difficult for me to comprehend because it's the email that receives every correspondence from even FIFA, CAF, everybody. Now, various national federations that want to communicate to the FA and all the members, clubs, and everybody will communicate to the FA.
Let me ask you, do you think that we went about the amendment procedure resorting to the best practices? And I asked about the best practices. It may not be against the rules or the regulations or the statute, but I asked about best practices. One, boxing the whole amendment, the proposed amendments together and voting once. Two, the manner in which the voting was carried out, where people had to show by hands. And we've had people, especially those outside of the footballing circles, raise issues with it that they feel there could have been a better way of doing it. Perhaps we could have resorted to secret ballot. And that is where maybe someone like Jerry will use the word integrity, that what by the show of hands may not necessarily portray a more credible way of expressing opinions.
What we don't know or what we don't understand may not necessarily result in lack of integrity.
Okay.
Maybe you don't understand. In the statute, it is provided for which vote must be carried out by way of secret ballot for election of president and other stuff. And all other deliberations at Congress show by hand. It is there. It's part of
is that the only means?
That is what is provided until maybe you bring proposal for us to change some of the things. Like going forward, we may have to change the way we vote on issues at Congress. Then it is adopted, we'll carry it. But until then,
I cannot. So you said that the only means of voting apart from the elective Congress is show
Go and
hands.
Read.
Okay.
That's the procedure. Even how Congress is organized.
Which article do we find that so that we?
I can. But you as a member of Congress, and that's where we normally we don't do. We don't read the document they send us or the document available for us.
As for the convocation of Congress, I read everything before I came to.
Yeah, but it's part of it. when have you gone to Congress that an issue on the agenda, apart from electoral Congress, that people will go and write on paper or do secret ballot? When?
Okay.
When?
But do you think it's the best practice?
I'm saying that going forward, we may have to, propose that maybe, this one,
but do you think it has become? Do you think it has become necessary to make that proposal?
Yeah, we can make proposals if the proposal meet the threshold. We'll carry it at Congress, and maybe we change the way. At FIFA and CAF, the hall is high tech. They have the technology to even vote. Even that one is not secret ballot, but it's in front of you. So when the proposals are put out, if you want to vote, you press the note, and it will count openly for everybody to see. And what is more transparent and open than putting me for the champion? I'm against it. It's transparent. So if it's not recorded, they will know that I'm coming. If it's not recorded, they will know that you voted against. Why wasn't it recorded? Everybody is seeing you.
Okay, but there are those that have said that it does not allow for people to freely express their genuine thinking or position on the matter.
We are an association.
For fear of victimization.
No, I mean, no one is victim.
But you are in football. Do you sometimes hear some of these things that if you take stance against the FA, you could be your team could be.
Oh,
could
be
you
are involved in football.
But do you hear? I'm not saying it is the case. I'm asking that. Do you hear some of these?
I could hear some of the things from maybe Jerry, who maybe into. He has a perpetual stand. He's against the system. So everything that comes, you see the negative side of it. No positivity.
So you have not heard. You have not heard.
You see, that is not true, and that is unfair.
You have not heard that. You have not heard that.
I supported the FA on a lot of issues.
Yeah, if it's unfair to
you,
have you not heard that George Efie made claims that his team Susubribi was relegated because of his stance against the Football Association?
How did that happen? A capacity as a former vice president of the Federation. Is he telling us and the whole Ghana that when he was the vice president of the Federation, he perpetrated in relegating people's clubs because they disagreed with him? Was that what he was doing as vice president of the Federation? He cannot say that.
Okay.
Because at the Federation, there's no room for that.
There are other examples that where people who are seen to have taken strong stance against the Football Association, today, like Jerry mentioned, are nowhere to be found in the game. There are teams who were either expunged from the Football Association or their teams got relegated. We can mention people like Mickey Charles, Techiman City.
It is your choice.
We can mention Nanaya Amponsan Far Rangers. We can mention Wilfred Osekwe Kupa Matema Youth. We can mention George Akwesi Efriye's Susubribi. So if people cite these examples, do they not have a point to say that when you take a strong stance against the Football Association, you could be victimized?
No. It is because now they are against the system, so they are not even prepared to abide by the very rules and regulations all of us have promulgated, and it's working. So if you don't follow the rules and regulations, the rules would deal with you.
Okay.
Because they are against the system, they see that, no. I mean, some even go to the extent of thinking that they don't want to do something positive for the sitting administration to maybe end some positivity. And so whatever rule, they are not like Tema Youth, for instance. You sell a player, everybody sells a player, there's a percentage to go to develop grassroots football. You understand? I have had the opportunity to engage with him, that you need to pay a percentage to the federation to develop. He said, no, you will not do it. You took the matter to CAS. CAS ruled. So if the FA was against you, how about CAS? CAS, because the Kroko doesn't sit at CAF, or any of the executive council members does not sit at CAF. You took the matter, not the federation. Took the matter to CAS. You took a lawyer, they educated over the matter, and you lost. It means that the FA was doing the right thing. And if per that, then you are not able to run the football again, then you say, you'll be,
how did we arrive at this point where people that have got different views other than what is proposed in the convocation document would have to write and cannot necessarily move motions or make suggestions on the floor of Congress?
Well, that is the practice. That is the best practice, and that's why they are now requirement for each member of Congress to receive the document at a decided date or period before Congress. Prior to, everybody can come there and you make your opinions on the floor of Congress. So you can even decide not to receive the document. You come to the Congress floor of Congress and pick up your document. You can say, ask questions. But now, because of the sanity and everything, that is why there's the requirement, the provision in the Standing Orders of Congress that 7 days before the Congress, each member must have received the convocation document, things that will be discussed there. And within that period, if any member has anything to say, then they'll write it. Prior to that, if any member has any subject matter to be on the agenda, you can even propose an item on the agenda. You write with the support of other members, and then you write to the Executive Council, and that thing would appear on the agenda for discussion. It might not even, it might be outside what the Executive Council or the GFA have decided to be the agenda for the day.
Okay.
A club or a member can propose addition to the agenda. All these things are provided for in our laws.
Okay. Okay. So for you, everything about, and then why did we box everything about the amendment together?
It's very simple. It's because those two subject matter in terms of the term limit for the president and having a second vice president are not mutually exclusive. They are the same and under the same article. Article 37.
Under the same article?
Yes, 37.
But they are different issues.
No, they are not different issues. They are the same thing. Because with the amendment approved yesterday, you are not going to create another article.
But actually, there's a reason.
Can I land? They're not going to create another article in entirety.
Yeah.
It will be under 37.
Yes.
Even the 3, maybe changing the text there, that the first vice president and second vice president will be elected at the maiden meeting of the Executive Council when elected. The same thing. But then the term limit for president, 37.4, is there. When the president will have 2 terms, the others will have. Okay. And you change the text there. So it's not a new creature.
But there's a reason why the Article 37 has sub-clauses.
Yeah.
And everything not boxed together as Article 37.
Yeah.
So if I said they are different issues. Now, what is in Article 37.1 is different from what is in that. They may all be dealing. Yes. They may all be dealing. They may all be dealing with the president, the vice president, the exco, but they are different issues. Now, for instance, how do you say that the creation of a second vice president position and making it a reserve for the female rep on the women's league rep on the exco is not different from extending the term limit of the president?
Because
somebody in his opinion, or a club in their position, would want the expansion or the extension of the term limit, but may not necessarily find it necessary to create another vice president.
Okay, so when you have such opinion, when you receive the document and you read them, you write to the Federation that on this particular matter, and because it comes with, it comes with the agenda, vote on amendment of this. So you thought that this must be separated, because in your opinion, you think that you would want to support this, you will support this, or you have something to say about this. If you write, when the time comes, you write.
But the convocation document also did not state that the vote was going to be passed on all together.
Oh, but it was one item.
No, the item was vote on amendment.
Yes.
But it did not state that the voting was going to be, because, for instance, when we went for the elective Congress, it was vote of Executive Council members. But under the vote of Executive Council members, at the Congress grounds, there was a time where the votes on the Premier League reps were casted. There was a time where the vote on DOL reps were casted. But it did. But it did not on the convocation document. You don't find vote of presidential election, ESCO election, Premier League, ESCO election, Division 1, ESCO election, women's rep. You get the point I'm making. But it was all boxed, but there was a time for everything. So, same way, we could have separated the two.
Go back and see the program, the agenda. It was there, where the vote will start from and where it will end. Because you cannot organize the whole election in one. They were done separately.
No, what I saw in the document was the election of president. Then after the election, election of executive council members. But the point I'm making is that if you come to the ESCO, there were different ESCO elections.
No, but it was the election of executive council.
Yes. What was there was election of executive council. So, and this one too, you had amendment. You had voting on amendment.
So can I? Yeah, because it's like you made up your mind. But
No, I've not made up my mind. I'm only asking the questions on the minds of people.
I'm saying that
I don't have a
statute,
position on this matter.
in amendment, in the statute, if the proposals for the amendment were to be two distinct provisions in the statute, say maybe Article 37 and maybe Article 43, then you could separate them because they talk about things separately. But all of them was Article 37. You understand? So they were not mutually exclusive. It's the same thing. What you do that you develop Article 37. You don't create Article 38.
Okay. Let's come to the
women vice president.
Let's leave issues of amendment and come to the intervention.
You might have your opinion, but you're right.
No, but that's the question.
If you express it and you find space with the people at Congress,
there's no question I ask here that is for myself.
Yeah.
Because people text. People have issues. People send us messages, and I try to ask the questions on the minds of people.
If you dissent, but the procedure is there for you to follow.
Okay. But how many buses are we supposed to give the Division 1 clubs?
How many buses?
Every season, yes.
No, now it's 3.
3. Yes. Why 3?
It's the decision. It's not in statute.
I know.
It's a policy. So you just oppose or you consider your finances against your expenditure.
Okay.
You understand?
And I ask because I remember at the Congress in Kumasi, I think that was 2023.
Yes.
2023 yes. In Kumasi, KNUST. Yeah. The president was emphatic that the FA was going to distribute 27 buses to Division 1 league clubs in 3 years. And that every season, 9 buses, 3 for each zone, was going to be made available. Yesterday, we heard that it was so teams. I ran a Division 1 club. I went into the 2024-2025 season knowing that if I should place anywhere between first and third, I get a bus. Now, at yesterday's Congress, it was mentioned that only the winners will have a bus. Port City plays second, but they get a bus because Ho United are already beneficiaries.
So you didn't listen to last year's Congress very well. You should have listened to the president very well.
Okay.
Last year, what he said was, even aside his speech, if we had the money, we could even do it in one season. If we had the money to buy all the Division 1 clubs, buses, all the Women's Premier League clubs, buses, we could do it. But the money is not there. The reason why we're doing it bit by bit, based on the revenue generated within the year. Okay. So the first year we were able to do, I think, was 11 or 12.
The first year
we did 12.
The first year was, I think, 13.
Yeah, we gave 3.
9 to Division 1 clubs and 4.
And then 4 to
women's league clubs.
So that was 13.
13 years.
First and second. Now, the following year, you consider your revenue. So reduce it to the champion, in terms of the Women's Premier League, the champion in Zone A, champion in Zone B. And then the Division 1 league clubs, champion in Zone 1, champion in Zone 2, champion in Zone 3.
Okay.
You understand? If you had the finances, we could do it 1 or 2 years. We are done. Each club has a bus.
Okay.
But it is not in the statute. It's a policy that we want to cushion the clubs, support the clubs.
Okay. So it's 3.
Yes, it's 3 for the coming season. It was 3 for the just ended season.
Okay.
Because the president said it in his speech during last Congress.
Okay.
And this year too, the same thing.
Okay.
When our finances improve, we could increase it.
Okay. And then also on the referees, we must admit that the remuneration for referees, especially for those in the Premier League, have appreciated remarkably. From 1,200 flat rate for Premier League referees, now the FIFA referees who officiate in the Premier League are going to get 2,500. That's in excess of 100% increments. It may not be the best, but at least there's the effort.
It's very good.
Yes. And then for the classes, those that are class 1 referees that will be officiating, from 1,200, they now get 2,000 cedis. Again, that's about 65%.
No, that's 100 because the non-FIFA referees who were officiating in the Premier League were on 1,000.
They were on 1,000.
Now it's going to 2,000.
Now it's going to 2,000. Okay.
Yes.
Then for Division 1 referees, and I manage a Division 1 club, so I'm very much concerned about what happens to Division 1. From 750 cedis, you are moving them to
1,000.
1,000. There are those that feel that Premier is elite, yes, but there are those of us that feel it is inadequate.
Oh yes, we discussed
30%. That's about 30%.
We'll discuss
33%.
that. All now comes to revenue. Now is the Premier League generating the revenue.
Okay.
This jump in the referee fee and the provision of the 3 uniforms for all referees. They're going to receive a Division 1 will receive the
boots,
the
referees.
match uniforms, even the warm-up uniform. We are going to give them 3. It's an area we haven't paid attention to. You could go to a game, television, and the warm-up, this referee is wearing Adidas, somebody's wearing this, different. You understand?
Okay.
There should be that uniformity to add to the branding and the promotion and marketing of the league as well. So beyond what you are talking about, the FA is providing 3 match uniforms for each of the referees, 3 warm-up uniforms for each of the referees, 2 boots for each, 2 sets of boots for each of the referees, and then insurance policy for all the referees and their immediate family. You understand?
Yeah.
All these things as a result of the partnership between APL and then the GPL. So ordinarily, it should have been for referees in the GPL, but the referees, some come down to officiate, others go up. So we need to increase effect have to affect the Division 1. Going forward, if the FA gets revenue generation tool or and then the Division 1 gets sponsorship or gets more money, obviously we'll increase it. It's something. Let me tell you,
But now
what we've been discussed.
the money sits with the Premier League.
Yes, what we've been discussed now is to move to an era where it is that we have professional referees that are solely signed up by the federation.
But do we have professional referees now?
In where?
Like in Ghana?
No.
We don't have.
We have one for CAF. Danielai, that's why he's appearing on everything. He's a professional referee. CAF pays him every year. He's a professional FIFA referee. They pay him. They pay him monthly.
Monthly.
Receive monthly.
Okay.
So
he's the only professional referee we have in Ghana. Okay.
So FA is discussing where we move to an era when it is that we have professional referees. Their sole job is to officiating games. So they're going every weekend. They're officiating the games.
Okay.
We select the best out of the referees we have. We pay them, put them on salary, good salary, and then they'll be officiating the games. All the referees, all these things you're talking about, those on 2,500. If you get to do 3 games, maybe 2 center, 1 as fourth official, you're on 7,500 if you're a FIFA referee, or 6,000 cedis if you're a Premier League referee. That is equivalent to the salaries of some of the journalists sitting here monthly. For doing every day. But meanwhile, the refereeing is their part-time job.
Okay.
They do other things.
Now, the money looks good on paper, but the payment. As we speak, at the end of the season, referees were owned. Premier League referees, about 16 games. For Division 1, about 14 weeks. FA Cup, we understand that just 1 or 2 weeks from the FA Cup, matches have been paid. The money may be okay on paper, but how about the payment?
The payment has always been...
Retired FIFA referee George Seja was here and said that a number of these referees have collapsed their wives' businesses and shops because they keep borrowing from them to officiate in matches. And for many
I keep
weeks,
telling you, the refereeing job is not full-time job for you to, for them to be your main thing.
Yes, but
there's going to be a requirement going forward.
But they need the finances or they need the money to finance their trips. Excellent. So some may not have. So if their wife has a provision shop, you go there, Ajua, give me 1,000 cedis.
Let me tell you this.
And then for many weeks, the money will not come.
Let me tell you this. When we assumed this administration, we made a decision that we're going to do pay per match. It means that once you officiate, we pay you that week, pay you what is due you. Then the payment will not be that voluminous. You understand? Yeah. The referees came to us on record, approached and said that they don't like the weekly payment.
But they also didn't.
I'm coming, so let me. I'm establishing something.
Okay.
You don't like the weekly payment. They would want that you put them together, maybe 4 or 5 games, 6 games, it comes, and then the money will be quite substantial so that they can put it to good use or invest it. So the FA then reverted to that. Okay. I can tell you that there's not been any season that we carried the previous matches into the season. Yes, the matches happen in arrears, based on what they said. Even on Metro TV, you sit here. Sometimes your salary is in arrears. But at the end of the day,
we are paid on time.
Oh, that's good. But other institutions in arrears, but they get cleared. So the monies are paid every season. We make sure that we clear the previous season's arrears before we enter the next season.
Okay.
If the money is there, we'll be glad that you do the game today. Tomorrow, we send your mobile money to you. But they said no. They should. And if you are talking about 4 or 5 matches, you are talking about 2-3 months. Because it's not automatic that you do 4 matches every weekend in a month. Because there are other referees, others who go, others who sit at home. So before you count 5-6 matches, it's 2-3 months already.
Okay. I think this 1 million cedis. Where is the money coming from?
It's the partnership from commercialization of the league. Now, market it, promote it. Some could come from the TV we are on it now because it's a production team.
Adisa Production.
Yes, there was a company called Lagardère. They used to have an agreement with CAF for 10 years with guaranteed revenue of $1 billion.
Okay.
So it's up to them to then do the marketing, do the promotion, and get the money.
Okay.
So CAF, they will pay CAF every year how much they're supposed to pay to organize the AFCON.
So how much has Adisa paid the FA as we speak?
No, but this agreement, I'm not in a position to tell you. The president has told you that each club will receive 1 million Ghana cedis by the commencement,
what's the
commencement
total
of the league.
Okay.
And then
what's the total value of the
reward,
deal?
The reward. No, I'm not in a position.
No, but actually you are here. You are referencing CAF. Yeah. That Lagardère
because they decided to
we're paying
between them.
But
you are a journalist, aren't you?
This is an issue of transparency, actually.
Wow. What do you mean by
transparency? No, but you are here. You are telling us that Lagardère were paying CAF 10 million cedis. Yeah. $10 million.
But that one.
Public knowledge.
Now, who told you that it was Lagardère or CAF put it out? It's investigation. You're a journalist. You can do investigation. But what I'm saying here is that from yesterday's Congress, we made it clear as to how much is going to the clubs this season.
Today is 13th.
How much is going to refereeing. You follow.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the other provision to the clubs, 30 football booths, 30 footballs.
I mean, those ones were there before the coming of Adisa.
Cushion the clubs.
Okay. But what are the revenue streams from Adisa? No, okay, first, let me come back to the issue.
It's very simple.
Let me come back to the issue of the value of the value of the deal. We are not asking how much will be paid to the FA. But, in fact, on editorial last week, Wednesday, from the FA's own site, I referenced not less than 8 deals, the 8 partnership deals the FA has signed, and how those deals have been reported. And key in the report, for most of them in the second paragraph, were the duration of the relationship or partnership, and then the total value of the partnership. We've had one with GBS, we've had with OMP, we've had with SuperSport, we've had with Star Times, and then the general sponsorship. So at least the duration of the deal, the value of the deal, these things are basic.
First of all, I do not speak for, what do you call them, Adisa production. But what I know...
But you're an ESCO member.
Yeah, what I know is what I'm telling you. That this, at least this season, we are guaranteed payment to the clubs, payment to referees, and then
is the deals... Okay.
If you don't want me to answer, then why you ask me? Why do you ask the question?
You continue, Archie.
Then reward scheme. And I know that this deal, the partnership, is on a minimum of 3 years.
Minimum of 3 years.
Minimum of 3 years. So now, the league will be packaged in such a way that you've never seen before with Ghana League.
Okay.
That I can assure you. So even Metro TV can come and say, no, we want the fee, we want the league. And they will put the fee before you. You understand?
You pay
if you're able to pay, you put it on your television. Or Adisa Production can decide to come to Metro TV. I want to block your airtime Sundays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I want to show my league. How much is it? They pay you. And then they put adverts, sponsors on it. And then the money would go to them. You understand that?
No,
and that is where... And this one, we are enjoying it from the Premier League. Syndicated commentary. This, we are here. We will not ask them questions. But in Ghana, everything negative mindset.
No, but actually, let's assume that you are Summertex. We are just assuming you are Summertex. And the FA comes to announce 1 million Ghana cedis, for you as television rights money. And you don't know the total amount of the contract sum. And you said, okay, because you've had, at least it's better than nothing, you take it. Then a few months or a year or two down the line, and you come to know that the contract sum was $100 million, and you were given 1 million cedis a year. How will you feel?
No, but that will not happen because every year, that's why... So I'm answering you.
It's a possibility.
Can I answer you?
Okay. Hold on.
Because every year, the FA's inflows and outflows are subjected to auditing and publication to the members. So every year, with this deal, the clubs or members of the federation would know how much is coming in and how much is going to each club. That is why we didn't hide anything in terms of how much on minimum guarantee, how much we are paying the clubs. And that also corresponds with the clubs' even obligation to their players and other staff.
Okay.
The FA will be announcing on minimum basis if you are Premier Division, Division 1, even Division 2, as long as you decide to sign.
Okay. So is it that as of now the contract sum, the total sum is unknown? Is that the point?
The sum or the revenue.
Yeah.
What if
the
I have to put
contract
the revenue, the revenue
in
the
production, the value of the whole contract.
No, I will not be able to tell you.
Is it unknown, or
No,
is
I'm not
that
able
it
to tell
has
because
not,
I'm not with the
or it has not been disclosed?
The SAP production.
Okay.
What we know is that there are guarantees for them to pay our clubs this X amount of money, amount of money. Our duty is to ensure that those things are paid. If you don't pay,
are the commitments only to the clubs, or the FA, or they are going to make some commitments to the FA?
No, to run the league, production with a huge amount of money is even going to production. Like I'm telling you, if the league starts, you see the production, you see the branding at the various stadia which are TV friendly.
So where would the production money go to? Yeah.
It goes into production.
Where? Is it to Adisa?
Of course, it's a production house.
Okay.
They are producing it, and they are producing content to sell.
Okay.
And the money is coming from Adisa.
Adisa. So
Yes.
that's where we don't get
So I'm
that.
saying
If
that
the money, you are saying
our
the money
agreement-
is coming to
our
Adisa,
agreement is that-
and the money is going to Adisa.
Our agreement
How
is
do you
that
explain that,
they
actually?
have obligation to our clubs. So our duty is to ensure that obligation.
How much is coming to the Central FA?
No, what's money? Money. The discussion is that clubs are taking SYZ. We're trying to improve the league to incentivize the clubs or cushion the clubs, and so the prize money must be increased to this level.
So there's no.
So
direct,
once those guarantees.
So there's no direct monetary
They are not
benefit.
giving us-
To
no,
the
it's
FA.
not that Adisa production has given the DFA 10 million or 100 million, and FA have decided to
what
pay
I'm
this.
saying
No.
is that they are going to give the
Even
clubs-
now, we have a responsibility. You certainly have a responsibility to try and promote this partnership so that the money generated will come up, and some can even come to the Division 1.
Actually, I'm saying that. Are you saying that from this deal, there's no direct monetary benefit to the Central FA?
To run the league, what is benefit? To run the league, the FA runs the Ghana league, and if
So it means
if
that an
there
amount
are
of
costs-
money, an
there
amount
are
of
costs
money
association.
will go to the FA to run the league.
No, you are still getting it wrong. I'm saying that to run the league, if there are costs associated with running the league, that cost will be met. It's not as if they will take money
From
and give
the
it to the
partnership
DFA. No,
deal.
listen to me. Now, today,
Okay.
maybe the FA would have to go to, what do you call it, Kumasi, to go and see that everything is okay. Then the finances for that is provided for, and then they go. They are not giving any money to the federation. They haven't given money to the federation. You see the payment. You see the. And then between now,
who will make that payment?
after no, listen to me. After the Congress now, the next step now is that the federation and then the Adisa production are going to engage the clubs and explain all these lingering things on their mind to the clubs.
Okay.
So the clubs involved will get to know everything
Okay.
and their obligation towards the
Actually,
agreement.
you said that for operations and for the running of the league, monies will be paid for specifics. And I'm saying that who is going to make that payment?
Oh, but the FA's running of the federation, who is supervised by the secretariat.
Okay.
I've told you that the clubs involved.
So it means there's an amount of money that will come to the FA.
Oh, my brother. How many times do I have to say this?
No, but you have not answered the
But I've
question.
just, what do you, for what?
Actually, I think.
But we want to know, that's why we are here.
I'm telling you that the clubs involved, the FA is going to organize meeting now with the Congress out of our way to brief the clubs in terms of the details of this partnership, what they stand to gain and benefit, and what their obligations towards the agreement are.
Is government making any monetary commitment?
Government hasn't paid us any money, but government has supported us. Even muting the idea, if you remember, I think it came from the honorable majority leader, and then together discussing with his counterpart.
Okay, so the idea did not come from the
sports
FA.
minister and everything. The FA has been engaging the ministry, even for government to support.
I
apart from supporting the league, even supporting
you are saying
Africa.
that the idea was, you just mentioned that the idea was muted by the honorable majority leader. And I'm only asking for a confirmation that, so it means that the idea did not emanate from the FA.
And I just told you that before that, the FA has been approaching the government through the sports ministry to support football.
Okay.
Understand?
But this particular idea came from the majority leader.
No, if the way of supporting football is to give government backing to a particular company, in certain countries, government can decide, I'm waiving your tax obligation. Please support this for me. It has happened in Ghana before.
It is not. We will even like it if the government has some $1 billion and wants to give that to league clubs to make the league
with
better.
This deal is between the GPL and then Adisa Production with full backing of the government.
Is the backing funding?
I will not be able to tell you.
But
you cannot be able to tell
actually,
us. Okay.
There's just one thing that I just want you to clear for me, because even in building a space shuttle and taking people to space, NASA or whatever, they are estimates. You understand? The estimates are drawn.
Yeah.
So at least somebody should have an idea how much money is
So
going
I
to
should
be
be telling
involved
you
in the 3 years.
Okay, so in building the NASA, I should be telling you the estimate and the figures to you ahead of the right owners or the people involved. Is that what you are telling me?
No, the point is that why is it that the clubs even don't know?
And I've told you that. I just told you that the FA will be engaging the clubs to explain this to them, and then their obligation before even payment are made to them. Why are you not accepting that?
Actually, let's do 2 or 3 questions and then we'll be out of here. Now, the next question is that how can we trust the future of this partnership? We've seen prize monies, 2 million for the winner, 1 million, and all of that. And we are concerned because of the history.
That one was made public.
Yes,
that
we are
one,
concerned because
everybody
of the
was told
that nine buses.
Did not wait to meet the clubs to tell them this.
9 buses were promised 2 years ago. Today we have reduced to 3 because the finances cannot allow us to buy 9 buses. No,
but that's unfair.
Oh, why?
This year,
you mentioned.
No, if I promise you, bus this year 9 and I deliver, or 13 and I deliver, the next year I promise you 5 and I deliver. What's wrong with it?
See, I don't want us to see. 9 buses were on the day where the announcement was made. The FA president promised that 9 buses will be bought every year for Division 1 clubs. Now we have reduced to 3 because you explained that the finances cannot put us in the position to buy 9 buses every year. That is agreed. Nobody can force the FA. The FA president mentioned that StarTimes deal has expired over 1 season ago. We are entering into the 2nd season. StarTimes still owe the FA over $800,000, according to the FA president. We saw how Bet Power pulled out from the position of the Ghana Premier League, a minor sponsor paying locker room bonus. We have seen sponsorship deals that did not last through the estimated time frame. That is why we are concerned that how sure are we that this deal will go through if we say that we are going to generate the money solely from the production and marketing.
Okay, so if you speak to people with a bit of understanding in terms of agreement and contract, agreement can be frustrated. You understand? All those things you are talking about. If the agreement is frustrated, it's not the doing of the federation. The federation will go into agreement with the clear intention that I want something for my members, i.e. the clubs. And they sign up. And if because of maybe change of policy in the country or tax obligations, the person is not able to meet it, the agreement is frustrated. It's different. StarTimes run through the full agreement. The agreement was hard with StarTimes. It ran a full length.
Yeah.
It ran its cost. Except they are owing. And if
but they have not been able to fulfill their financial obligations.
We are in court with them. They've been paid. They paid the first 2 seasons. The last season they couldn't pay. We are in court with them.
Oh, you've sent StarTimes to court?
Come on. FA is a registered institution.
Okay.
We are demanding our money.
Okay.
We are in court with them. We are taking the money.
Okay.
So similarly, if I have an agreement today and you are signed up and you are not able to pay, I will resort to the law court. That is it. That's why they are court. Okay. And in every agreement, there are a dispute resolution portion of the agreement. So if you are not able to pay me, what do I do?
Okay.
All these things are there. If I am not able to, offer my part of the bargain, what is the step to take? There are dispute resolution provisions in agreement. Okay. If agreement is frustrated, it's frustrated.
Okay. Actually, I mean, I don't know whether you have heard or not, but you are widely tipped as one of the key guys to succeed Keto Kriku? If he decides,
I think that's his compliment. I think that's a compliment
okay.
for
But
my colleague.
allow me to ask my question. You say I do not tell you. No. Is this something you've thought about?
I take that as compliment. First of all, for either my colleague in the media space or my colleague in the football administration, to see me as that. Even the fact that my colleagues decide to vote for me here, just you've seen something.
But is this something that you've thought about? Because you're one of the most experienced on the exco.
Yes, nobody knows Ochina. Maybe my situation could improve.
You succeed, Kent, and you have a third term.
Campaign and go run and contest lessons. Ask Dr. Free if contesting lessons is easy. Ask him.
Don't worry, you succeed.
It's not easy.
You go for
my brother. It's
not
easy.
Do you think you have or you're building?
No, there's obviously no time. But I'm very happy with the recognition and the input I make.
Okay.
And I'm so happy with it that people will respect your opinion. There are a lot of things. This year, we're only talking about extension of presidential term. But look at the regulations we've adopted. We've done the player standard contract with support from the, PFAG. We did it to review it. We reviewed our Premier League regulations. We've done the academy regulation. We have done the media marketing regulation.
The youth
We've
policy.
done medical regulation.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
We are about...
Nanajiman sends us a message. Nanajiman says the GFA should have relinquished its hold on the Ghana Premier League. They do not have the personnel or skill set to commercialize the GPL. They proposed for this to be taken over long ago and still unable to hand it over to any worthwhile independent entity. But actually, with this, with all these monies, that's his opinion.
What is the language you use? No, you can have an opinion, but when you use unfair language on people, I think they have right to rebuttal, don't they?
I mean, he says what he used was skill. He didn't use, and if he says that, I mean, that's his opinion. And I don't think if one says that you have,
no, I just wanted
you
to
lack
because
the skill to do particular thing, that's not an insult. But with this all projected revenues coming to the Premier League, is this the best time for the GPL to go autonomous?
That is it. The FA willingly were, all for it. That wanted the GPL to be autonomous, but the GPL company.
But do you think this is the best time? Is this the best time?
The company, they said they should pay seed money. 100,000.
But now they have money. Now 1 million is
100,000 from each of the clubs to be the seed money for the company, so that they could take the GPL with the 8 associated costs. Maybe because of fate of the cost, they are not forthcoming.
Okay, that'll be it for Metro Sports today. I'm sure you have enjoyed the time with Jerry Efie Pemka and GFA ESCO member Frederick Achampa, Michael Kofi-Oduro. We're hopeful that the grace will keep watch over us, so we make a day tomorrow, same time here on Metro Sports. You do have a blessed day. Unfortunately, we are unable to do the many birthday messages because our time is up. Maybe we'll do belated tomorrow. You do have a blessed day.
Ghana Fest Europe from October 23rd to 25th, 2025. It's your chance to forge partnerships that will transform your growth trajectory. Are you a Ghanaian business ready to conquer new frontiers? This is the ultimate platform to showcase your high-quality Ghanaian products and services. Attract foreign direct investment into your enterprise, from fintech to agro-processing, real estate to pharmaceuticals. Opportunities like this are rare. Spaces for exhibitors are highly competitive, and B2B slots fill up fast. Visit GhanaFestEurope.com or GhanaChamber.org or pick up your registration forms directly from any GNCCI office in Accra. Ghana Fest Europe, proudly presented by Ram Media Concept in collaboration with the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry and under the auspices of key Ghanaian government ministries and agencies. The time to expand is now.
The Gbese Manche Homo War Festival and Business Summit has been organized to promote tourism, cultural diplomacy, and international business relations between Ghana and the diaspora. The 3-day event is scheduled from 26th to 28th of September 2025. Activities include Business Summit, where potential businesses and investors meet on the 26th and 27th of September. Also on 27th September is the sprinkling of Pepe. 28th September is the Omowo Festival in the park with lots of food, live music and dance. These events will happen live at the historic Utrecht University Botanical Gardens, Utrecht in the Netherlands. There will also be sightseeing and a night of entertainment in Germany. The Besemante Omowo Festival and Business Summit in the Netherlands and Germany will be a fun and bricks business. Registration is open to all businesses and corporate institutions. For inquiries, call 0244 268 074 or 0246 845 516. Registration closes on 25th of August 2025. Hurry and place your calls. Limited spaces are available on a priority basis.
Wezalo Amarab. Yes.
Ghana Tourism Authority welcomes you to the 2025 African Marketing and Technology Conference.
From digital storytelling to destination marketing, welcome to Ghana, the gateway to Africa.
Come here and build high-valued network. And of course, you build this network with great industry leaders.
We can't wait to host you. From our immersive cultural experiences to the plethora of our sun, our beaches, our gastronomy. Woo!
We are asking all of you to come network at this beautiful event. Events that will actually teach you the real value of marketing to tourism.
Yes, the Akwaaba Night. Come and experience our rich heritage. Come and dance to the beat and rhythm of our music and culture. This is Ghana Tourism Authority.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye, and they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream, and this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves, turning all her dreams into